This time on Monkey Thieves. A storm is brewing. The monkey catcher's victims escape the jungle, but are they heading for home or on a road to nowhere? And power-hungry Zamir, still thirsting for the top job, goes on the rampage. The sun has barely risen, but at Jaipur's Galta temple, it's already baking hot. For the troop of monkeys who live here, it looks like being another desperate day searching for food. As leader of the Galta gang, a 60-strong troop of rhesus macaques, Tarek has suffered the toughest 8 weeks of his 2-year reign. The monsoons should have arrived weeks ago, but there hasn't even been a single drop of rain, and the effects are tearing the gang apart. As the drought drags on, some people can't even feed themselves, so there's a lot less food to give hungry monkeys. Tarek has had to lead his gang on daily raids to find food in Jaipur, faced angry citizens, even angrier rivals like the formidable Fang, and seen some of his gang carted away in cages. But Tarek's biggest problem stares him in the face. A mutineer called Zamir wants his job, and he wants it now. But for Tarek, help is on the horizon. At long last, change is in the air. The monsoons finally break, and the city changes in a flash. Within minutes, drought-ravaged streets are drowning. The storm overwhelms the drains and everything else. And it doesn't seem to trouble anyone. It's time to party in the puddles, and the Galta gang youngsters lead the way. In a good year, Jaipur only receives 60 centimeters of rain, so every drop is priceless. For young monkeys who only know pools, troughs, and taps, this is a whole new world. Little Anoop was a baby during the last wet season, so rivers of rain are a thing of wonder. Skating over rain-soaked surfaces takes time to master, but the Galta gang rise to any challenge. Eventually, even the most energetic acrobats run out of steam. It's time to take cover and watch the show. But not everyone joins the party. Bipin has been without Yash and Tito for days. Without their playful influence, he's shouldered more adult concerns, foiling a kidnap and standing by Tarak. But at times, he still seems lonely. For Zamir, the rain could spell disaster. The monsoon should mean the deliveries of food given to the gang will return to normal. A well-fed troop is much more content and much less likely to see a change at the top. Tarak could soon be back to full strength. But Zamir hasn't given up the fight. Beyond the city limits, it's a very different picture. Yash, Tito, and the Exiles are still 7 miles from home, stranded under a scorching sun and following a road that may lead to nowhere. Despite macaques having a good sense of direction, there's no guarantee the Exiles are on the right road home. But the familiar sight and sound of traffic seems to revive them, in more ways than one. The Exiles are back to their old tricks. A weary traveler assumes a quiet country road will be a safe place to answer a call of nature. But with the Galta gang on the prowl, every crumb he carries needs to be under lock and key. Highway robbers Yash and Tito don't need to be asked twice. The unlucky biker won't even know he's been robbed until he stops for lunch. For the Exiles, it's a welcome taste of home-cooked food. Chapatis have never tasted so sweet. As the last of the feast disappears, the Exiles are re-energized. But bikers' packed lunches are few and far between. To stand any chance of getting home before dark, the Exiles have to keep moving. Back in the city, the storm has passed, and the Galta gang wind their weary way home. After months of tension, they should now be able to relax. Their pool should now be safe from invading langur monkeys. But best of all, hunger is a thing of the past. It should be some time before the gang have to run the gauntlet into the city again, or risk facing Fang. Tarak's stomach is full, his troop is content, but he still can't afford to rest. There's a bigger storm brewing, much closer to home. Back in the city, the rains have cooled the streets, the air is fresh, and for the people of Jaipur, it's time for celebration. The Tej festival marks the arrival of the monsoons and honors Hindu gods Shiva and Parvati, who are considered the perfect example of marital harmony. It's a time when people give thanks for strong, loving marriages and welcome the opportunity to celebrate in the streets. As musicians warm up, back at the temple, a rebel reaches boiling point. Zamir wants power, whatever it takes. His status shot up after he led recent food raids. Even Rani seemed to notice his leadership potential. As Tarak grew weaker, Zamir seemed poised to strike. But right at the height of his climb to the top, he crumbled. He lost his nerve in front of Tarak and lost face in front of the whole troop. 8 long weeks of watching and waiting, of deception and deceit, all for nothing. Zamir's frustration at failure comes to the boil. As the festival starts, the rebel erupts. Zamir targets the weak. A low-ranking mother is the first to feel the full force of his rage. No one comes to her rescue. She's too far down the rank to command support. But Zamir's rampage has barely begun. Scuffles and scrapes with low-ranking members only boost his confidence, until finally, Zamir goes for the crown. The Queen is next. Maybe the attack is to force Tarak to fight. Maybe to show females his dominance. Or maybe he's simply gone crazy. If it was Zamir's plan to provoke Tarak, it's worked. Zamir quickly grabs the higher ground. Tarak may have some help, but he might need a lot more. Zamir explodes with rage. As he chases Tarak out of the temple, it looks like he's gained the upper hand. But Zamir has made a big mistake. Chasing Tarak has led him straight into an ambush. Biting Rani has sown his fate. He faces the wrath of the Galta gang's sisterhood. In macaque society, ladies call the shots. Females never leave the troop, so the Galta gang girls are lifelong companions. When anyone threatens their queen, it's all for one and one for all. The sisters outflank, outnumber, and outcast the crazed mutineer. As the city continues to vibrate to the sound of the Tej festival, back at home, the gang regroup. Zamir's savage attacks leave deep scars. A young female suffers horrific injuries, but in time, they will heal. Another mother suffers the worst loss imaginable. The Galta family sense something is terribly wrong. It's likely to be the first time many of the troop have witnessed a death. It seems hard for them to understand the tragedy. Eventually, the mother seems to accept what has happened. For another of the Galta gang, there has been a much happier outcome. 7 weeks ago, little Kavi made a near-fatal mistake. He climbed an electricity pylon and suffered a shock that should have killed him. But thanks to the kindness of a passerby, Kavi was handed a lifeline. The Help in Suffering Animal Sanctuary is an oasis of calm after the clamor of the city. He may miss the Galta gang, but in this peaceful, safe haven, Kavi has found a friend. Animal carer Suresh Valmiki makes sure the supplies keep arriving. With his wounds bandaged and healing, Kavi has become the master of one-armed dining. His eyes might be bigger than his belly, but his cheek pouches are designed to handle the overflow. After a roller coaster recovery with so many close calls, little Kavi is on the final stretch of his long road back to health. If all continues to go well, he'll soon be ready to rejoin the outside world. The Exiles have been on the road for 5 hours. There's been no sight of the city. But suddenly there's hope. Yash is the first to hear it. The faraway echo of drums and trumpets. It's the sound of celebration, the sound of humans. The sound of the Pink City. The Tej festival continues to light up Jaipur. As the sun starts to set, the mood of the temple remains somber. It's not only monkeys grieving the loss of an infant. Others have come to pay their respects too. Holy men honor Hanuman, the monkey god, by performing traditional funeral rites for the baby monkey. Hindus believe that death is not the end, but a new beginning. They believe in reincarnation and view death as the soul moving from one body to the next on its path to nirvana. The flames represent Brahma, the Hindu god of creation, and release the spirit to continue its journey to the afterlife. As day breaks for the Galta gang, it really is a new dawn. It's the first day for 2 months that Tarak has been able to wake to a peaceful picture. His gang can eat breakfast, lunch and dinner at home, so he won't have to risk a raid into the city. And Zamir is long gone. But one of the troop still seems downcast, Bipin. It could be a long day's play ahead, if only he had his playmates with him. After a torturous 10-mile trek, some lucky hikers have finally arrived in surroundings that make sense. And they have the Thieves festival to thank. The familiar maze of the city couldn't be more welcome after the tangled mysteries of the jungle. And there are plenty joining them on the winding road to the temple. Life is looking up for everyone, especially Bipin. The teens are back together, and there's a great deal of catching up to do. The Galta gang bring the party to the temple. At long last, Bipin is back to doing what he does best. Yash won't be getting away from Bipin that easily again. As the homecoming heroes enjoy a welcome bath, a gentle calm settles across the temple. The drama of the drought is finally over. Just as the people of Jaipur celebrate marriage during the Thieves festival, Tarak and Rani celebrate their continued rule as king and queen of the Galta gang. Isha is feeding happily. Bipin, Yash and Tito are reunited and causing chaos, with little Anoop shadowing their every move. And with Benita keeping an eye on every child in the troop, it's back to business as usual. But Tarak will have to stay vigilant. Zamir may have gone, but he won't be forgotten. There's a gang of rogues at the fruit market he might just hook up with. If Zamir did team up with Fang, it would be a nightmare. But if Zamir formed a gang of his own, it really could spell disaster for Tarak. Whatever the weather, life for the Galta gang never stays calm for long.